What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Dogecoin today on this, the 12th day of August. Here we are sitting at about 7 cents with roughly 8 hours left in the day, just under 8 hours left in the day. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here, and let's get into it, okay? Dogecoin, I don't know where to start, man. Let's start on the weekly basis, sure. Let's do that. And just look at this thing overall, throughout its entirety, throughout its existence, right? Dogecoin has seen some miraculous growth in its history, okay? And for the first time ever, last cycle, we actually saw a lower high instead of a higher high. Typically, Dogecoin gets higher highs cycle over cycle. Last cycle, it did not. Some people think that this means Dogecoin is dead, that it's at its end, that it's over. But in that time that we did not see a new all-time high, we did form a solid base. We formed a lot of structure here for support, for accumulation, for acquisition, for Dogecoin to bottom out at and then move up. Okay, we do have a very established zone. Dogecoin can go lower. It can go lower even than this low here. In fact, back during this time, I was calling for us to go a little bit lower, down to this area here, right around 0.42, something below 5 cents. That was the expectation, that we would be buying down in this level, and we never got it. And we chilled. I think I wasn't the only person who was expecting this, the price to go lower, but just because we were expecting it doesn't mean that it happens. There was some hesitation, and then people started to get bullish because the bull market was kicking off, right? And so we started to move up higher. At the end of the day, I do believe that anytime Dogecoin is below 10 cents, it's a steal. It's a phenomenal price to acquire some more, to buy. And I do think that we are in very opportunistic moments right here. We likely do go lower. And do we go below this level? If we do, I'm not saying that we will, but if we do, it's okay, because there's still support back here. There's still, if we were on a daily basis, we go back here, there's still a range that we were consolidating at that could provide support even below that level, right? We look at this here, you could find support here, you could find support even down here, something like that. We could go below 4 cents and still be finding support. You could go here, maybe you're at 6 cents, something like that. That's, I think, a little bit above this ray over here that I had drawn. Oh no, I had 4 point. They're basically at the same level. There's a lot of significance at that 4.9 cent, just below 5 cent level. And again, if we go lower, there's still plenty of reasons to find support anywhere from here to here. Between 3 cents and 5 cents, we can find support there. So even if we go lower, it's fine. In time, I believe Dogecoin will see new all-time highs. I think that this next cycle will promote new all-time highs. And whenever we do see new all-time highs, I doubt that we're going to stop just above this here. This high was all the way at 73 cents, 76 cents, something like that. 74 cents, okay? All the way up at 74 cents. If we see new all-time highs, I doubt that we're just going to stop at $1, and then that's it. That's personally not my expectation. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. But I do expect that we'll see higher prices. If this is the high, and assuming that this is the low, and we don't go below it, we can go below it, but we don't have to. If we go below it, it's still okay. Might have to change, might have to take a different fib. But if this is the high to low, if this is the fib of this range to project extensions on, the next target areas to assume we'd find resistance at would not be $1, but $1.54 to $3.50. And Dogecoin, with its golden ratio, it actually likes to wick a little bit above there. So if it's $3.94, we probably see $4. There is a $4 possible price target for Dogecoin over the next 3 years. And here we are at 7 cents now. That kind of growth, to put it in perspective, let's try to get it right on the money there. At a minimum, would be about a 22x. At a maximum is roughly a 55x. Nothing's guaranteed. We had these same projections last cycle, and they did not happen. Last cycle was kind of a dud for a lot of different cryptos. I truly believe that this will happen in time, whether it's this cycle or next cycle or whatever. I truly do believe that we're going to see this happen soon enough, and inevitably in Dogecoin's history. Sorry, I'm getting distracted because I hear my daughter yelling. I don't know what's going on. I'm just wondering if I have to step in. I don't think I have to step in. I think they resolved it. Anyways, 1272 to the 1618. This is where I believe we're going to go inevitably. And if not this next cycle, then at some point. The reason why is Dogecoin is actually more feasible. It's more economically sound money than even the U.S. dollar is, the United States dollar, which isn't really that hard to do. That might sound like a gotcha, grab you kind of catchphrase. Dogecoin is more economically sound than the dollar, but it's really not that gotcha grabby when you understand how economically unsound the dollar is, right? It doesn't take much, right? Dogecoin has an inflation rate. I forget how many tokens. I think it's like 15 billion, or is it 50 billion tokens? What is Dogecoin's inflation rate? I shouldn't say inflation rate. I should ask. Okay, 5 billion. So there's 5 billion Doge that get added every single year into circulation. Okay. That inflation rate's 3.2%, but it'll continue to decrease. It's a deflationary rate of inflation. The United States, its inflation rate varies, whereas Dogecoin's will consistently decrease, and as time goes on, it'll be inevitably below 1 cent or 1%. In time, Dogecoin will have a lower inflation rate consistently than the United States dollar. That's all I'm trying to say. And with that, it is inevitable through inflation of the dollar that Dogecoin will grow in value. It's the Mac Daddy meme. It's here to stay. It's not going away. It'll only gain in value. And if $4 sounds crazy, wait till we get to $10. Wait till we get to $100. It might not be in my lifetime. Maybe it is in my lifetime, but it's going to be years down the line. This is a long-term investment, and I know it's kind of funny because it's a meme coin, but I genuinely believe that Dogecoin, as time goes on, will only grow in value because, again, it's economically more sound money than even the U.S. dollar is. And it's proven itself, man. It's proven itself. It's been through the hard times. It's been through the disbelief. It's been through the FUD. The owners, the people who founded the project, sold it, went away, right? And then it got its recognition. It got its recognition. Everybody's aware of it. It's the first meme coin. People believe in memes, and the one that they believe in the most is Dogecoin. So I thoroughly believe not only will this see new all-time highs, but this thing has tremendous potential. Just in like a lifetime, it has tremendous potential. It was made as a joke, and yet it's more economically sound than the dollar. That alone doesn't mean that it has to go up in value, but because of what it is, because it's the first meme, it's the top meme by market cap. It's got recognition from some of the wealthiest people and most successful people in the world. Mark Cuban, Elon Musk, Vlad Tenev, even Kevin O'Leary. There's other people too who I'm just drawing blanks on right now. But people who are wildly successful who believe in Dogecoin, who've publicly advocated for it in the past and probably own some themselves. Anyways, 7 cents now. If that sales pitch doesn't want to make you buy more, just you wait. We might have an even better opportunity than 7 cents if this thing goes lower, and I think it is possible that we do go lower. If you don't want to buy here, maybe it's because you want to buy at 6 cents. That might not be a bad strategy. 6 cents to 5.5 cents is actually our next target area. This would be a point of interest, not just from a fib perspective, but also from a price perspective, right? Right in the heart of that zone, that's where this prior land of support was. If we were to go lower and we were to go to the 2272, that's still in line very well with this low here. And the 2272 stands to find support as well at 4.3 cents. So anything really from 4 to 6 cents is fair game. And here we are at 7 cents. That turns, if we were to expect that this goes to $4 in time, let's just say we go to $4. We'll just go right below $4. It's a 56x from here. If you're, instead of at 7 cents, you're at 6 cents. That 56x turns into a 65x. If you're at 5 cents, it's a 77x. You see, it's just that growth is so much larger from these slightly lower levels. So patience, DCA, time, and execution That's all it takes. I think that if you plan accordingly, you can see some exceptional gains of Dogecoin as time goes on. And I think that here we're just in a large, grand area of accumulation, distribution from the weak hands, distribution from the early investors into acquisition of the strong hands of the future investors that are going to hold this thing up, prop it up as it goes to multiple dollars in price. I do believe Dogecoin will see multiple dollars in price, even in this next cycle, even within this next 3 years. But as time goes on, I think it'll only grow and grow in value. Dogecoin, mark my words, in time will be the first meme coin, and potentially the only meme coin in any of our lives, to ever achieve a $1 trillion market cap. I think that that's capable. I think that it's capable of doing that. I think it's possible. Maybe not in this next cycle, but inevitably. Because again, as the dollar inflates, $1 trillion will be less valuable. It'll have less pull. It'll be easier to acquire even for a meme coin. It's not that Dogecoin is gaining value. It's that it's not losing value versus the dollar. The dollar is losing value as time goes on. And inevitably, I just think Dogecoin's going to do phenomenal as far as growth goes. So I got nothing else. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Take care. Bye-bye.